no vampires, no vampires. No matter what we do on this show, no vampires. That was like a hard and fast rule from the boss. I tested for a very heavy recurring on Supernatural, and I still feel like I should have gotten it. I think it was a witch, and I played a witch before, guys. They're often portrayed as a malevolent character who kidnaps and eats children, who would cast spells. Can you imagine Baba Yaga with like a half kid in his mouth? Oh my God, it's terrifying. The Slavic folklore depicted as a wicked witch or sorcerer who lives in a hut and stands on chicken legs and has a fence made of human. That movie is a horror movie. Jesus. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fanward Hang with Holland videos. We're talking very on topic here. We also know how off topic I can get. So today's an on topic of the new supernatural creatures that could appear in Beacon Hills on Halloween. What are its powers and its weaknesses, and how would the pack deal with it? We're gonna start with your comments. At the end of the day, I feel like you guys have better comments than me too. We're gonna do this correctly. Jude Fire's song. I was forever sad that that vampires never came to Beacon Hills. Jude, I hate to break it to you, Jeff was never gonna let that happen. He was like, no vampires, no vampires. No matter what we do on this show, no vampires. That was like a hard and fast rule from the boss. He was like, you want vampires? Go look for somewhere else. That was always what he said. It's like an old dad adage. Adage of like, oh, there's Jeff going on about how we're never gonna see vampires again. Yep, on Beacon Hills. I'd love to see Scott and his pack try to convince the vampires to leave or stop killing everyone in sight, otherwise defeat them while staying true to Scott's values. You know what I will say? Although Jeff's going to disagree with me, I wish we had like a dream episode. Not that we had enough of those, because we had a lot of those. But since we can't have vampires in Beacon Hills, I think it would be interesting to find this idea that like Styles maybe, or like Lyndon, Coach would be epic. If there had been like the creature that wasn't on Beacon Hills. That's on Beacon Hills, if you get my drift. That's on Beacon Hills. Like, do something taboo that Jeff never wanted to do is sort of like an almost episode. In that case, we could have done this like taboo corner of an episode on Teen Wolf where vampires did happen. But Jeff would be like, no. It's the best I can do for you, Jude. The next comment, Huey worked its way in there. I think I would like to explore just another lore that hasn't been talked about enough. I think revisiting the Wendigo, or the mutes who would have been cool. The mutes. I remember the fact that he calls them the mutes. That's great. More of the mutes. That would have been nice. Some ASMR for you. But to answer the question more directly, maybe something like the Baba Yaga. What's a Baba Yaga? It sounds like a kid's yogurt. What's a Baba Yaga? That sounds like an alien. Because allegedly, they're so ambiguous. No joke, no kidding. Either helping or hurting. They would give Scott a hard time like many of the other characters, except they would have more trickster abilities similar to the Nidgitsune, except more of the shape-shifting. And Scott and his pack would really have to know each other and stick together to either fight or work with them. The Baba Yagas. What's a Baba Yaga? Olivia's coming in. They're often portrayed as a malevolent character who kidnaps and eats children, who would cast spells. Can you imagine Baba Yaga with like a half kid in his mouth? Oh my God, it's terrifying. Guys, there's this thing called standards and practices. It's my S&P. I think that's the reason Jeff never wrote a Baba Yaga into there. Eating kids. Although that's like kind of the plot of Hocus Pocus. The Slavic folklore depicted as a wicked witch or sorcerer who lives in a hut and stands on chicken legs? Didn't Shyamalan, what is his name? Shyamalan. Didn't he, in The Witch, they had chicken legs, I'm pretty sure. Please someone fact check this for me. And has a fence made of human. I'm pretty sure The Witch had this, the Baba Yagas. I pictured more fur involved in this situation for some reason. I don't know, did you picture fur involved?
Yeah, like furry legs.
Olivia just goes, I pictured, She pictured this. I pictured fur, she pictured this. She goes, I don't know,
What do you know what that means?
That's a Baba Yaga. If we ever play charades and she goes like this, I'm like, Baba Yaga! She's like, yes! That's what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be our go-to charade.
Baba Yaga is always the go-to charades. She's a complex character with multiple roles. Guys, the Baba Yaga is interesting. Okay? There's a lot of feminine power. Of course, the creature with chicken legs and a human bone fence that eats children is girl power.
Stronger legs.
Oh my God. It is sure freaky, that's for sure. I think the creepiest characters for me are like Midsummer. Oh, did you see Midsummer?
No, I can't do horror.
I can't either, but Midsummer was, you gotta see it.
Okay.
I'm not a big horror person either, but like,
I'll watch
Oh,
it.
it's creepy. Oh God, Zone of Interest. That movie is a horror movie. It's like a real horror movie. It's a perspective about World War II and the Holocaust. It was certain Germans that moved on the other side of the Finch of Auschwitz. And you never see the concentration camp, but you see their life on the other side of the fence. And occasionally you just hear a sound. And it was by far the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. And you never see anything. And that's kind of like The Witch. Not the same comparison, obviously. Oh God, it's like an elephant on your chest, the amount of like anxiety that it provokes. And for me, that's like, that's my kind of supernatural horror, which is not supernatural, unfortunately. Steve Berlot says, speaking of trickster, how about a Loki or Gabriel from Supernatural? We kind of have that though with the New Kitsune, like you guys were saying, like the trickster idea. I like that Jeff got in the head of different kinds of villain. Peter, come on guys, like what the F was Peter? The best, most interesting villain. My favorite villain is either Christoph Waltz in like Inglourious Bastards, but my favorite villain of all time was from Hannah. It's the most random movie to be my favorite villain, but Hannah with Saoirse Ronan, one of my favorite actors in the world. That woman can do no wrong, and her eyes are like glow sticks. Oh, talk about a trickster. Like such a creepy trickster. They're some of the worst. It's this idea of like gypsy culture and con artistry, like there's something really scary about that to me. Seeker, you back. So I think a skinwalker would be interesting. Didn't we have something like skinwalkers? See, because it says it's seen as it would tie in with the with all the shapeshifter and animal imagery. Okay. I thought we had a skinwalker. Am I nuts? Was that like Mad Max or something? They can mimic voices and sounds and shapeshift. We had this, didn't we? But Seeker would be way more of an expert than I am. They would shapeshift into birds and wolves and coyotes. Were-coyotes, obviously, and werewolves. Yeah, the Berserker storyline. It would tie nicely into that. Guys, that kind of was a Berserker, right?
Yes, those are technically considered skinwalkers. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I knew I wasn't crazy. Seeker, what do you have to say about that? We gotta have a good debate on our next live, guys. Weren't Berserkers skinwalkers? So what's the difference? Like, you would be the expert. So what is the difference? I'm genuinely curious. It says, since some lore says skinwalkers are evil witches that use their power by using animal pelts. Similar to, there's like a witch theme that people are wanting. Interesting. Okay. Gargoyle twins. Carmela Foster coming in hot. I like that idea. Fraternal twins, new juniors at Beacon Hills. Oh, she's got a story. She's got pitch. They're new juniors at Beacon Hills, and they have a gargoyle shape classified from the chimera due to the girls' gargoyle shape often being different from the boys. Externally a mix. The gargoyle's the anime for boys, but a grotesque 3-in-1 mix for girls. So this girl has a unicorn, canema, lionish appearance in her gargoyle form, and it can carry 4 riders in weight with ease. Their roars drive away evil, kind of like a banshee. But they come one, what is it? Dot many a Catholic church roofs. Okay, they're all Catholic church roofs. Basically, those whom enact to have a negative energy. Okay, there's negative, they have voices that can calm anyone down, just like a banshee, guys. Highly knowledgeable in healing humans and supernatural due to their genetic memory. And they are matriarchal, so the boys will often have to follow the female elders without question. They are weak to depression and loneliness. The girls are weakest after heartbreak. I think Teen Wolf has covered a lot of these aspects, but never in like one form of a gargoyle. That's true. Female gargoyle. I like it. Lucas. Guys, what's all these supernatural gifts? Look at all these supernatural gifts. I think I've said this before, but I tested for a very heavy recurring on Supernatural, and I still feel like I should have gotten it. I think it was a witch. And I played a witch before, guys. On lore. The Last Witch of Ireland. So I have a little bitterness that I didn't get that. My favorite witch project is Hocus Pocus. Oh, the craft is really wild.
We need to do a witch series.
Witch series. Can we like watch stuff for the witches?
Yes.
Like the best craft. And Hocus Pocus is so good. Clearly I want a witch on Teen Wolf. Baba Yaga's sitting with me. Baba Yaga, man.
The name.
Freaking chicken legs that's wild. That's something like about it that like, it's good. It's good. That's the reaction you want. Ooh, Michelle, back with the Dietlefs. The Dietlefs. She was the one I think that said she has a bum knee and her husband's in a wheelchair. Pretty sure that's that same couple. So I hope you guys are doing well with your 3 dogs. And don't worry, you don't have to come visit me. Your husband's gonna get jealous, I know. Nephilim? 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 Dramatic pause.
The supernatural being is an offspring of the Kitsune.
Ooh, it's an offspring of the Kitsune.
The Kitsune.
Yeah.
the character Kira, played by Arden Chow, is a kitsune and a Nephilium.
What's a Nephilium? Apparently it has to do with Kira's storyline.
Oh, it's her heritage. So that the kitsune comes from that. So that's the heritage of it.
So the Nephilium birthed the kitsune. Okay. The sword fighting scenes from Arden were my favorite. I liked those. And I do like that there was an episode. I think it's important that there was an episode, you know, a Japanese history of internment camps. Like, I think it was important. So I did like that it was sort of like such a departure from Teen Wolf to do this like 1940s episode. And I know Arden was very, like, I don't know if excited is the word, but like eager to do that episode. So the next one is Carrie. Says Sam Winchester, I can't say your last name, Carrie. Humpfnagel. Maybe I got it right. Sam Winchester and his brother Dean walk into Beacon Hills. How will Scott and his pack deal with them? Supernatural reference, I'm pretty sure.
They're not invited.
They're not invited, guys. Not invited. Who would be victorious? We would be victorious because they're not invited. They would have to forfeit because the visiting team didn't show up due to a locked gate. That's what would happen. The gates are closed. Where do they live? They can't come. Although I know you guys would love a crossover, wouldn't that be it? Whew, you guys would love it. Such a downer note to end on. Never mind, Supernatural can come. As long as I had gotten the witch roll, it would have been full circle, guys. I'm sure you guys have professional can't kill your darling moments where you're like, that should have been mine, you know. And there's other stuff that like I've gotten that I shouldn't have booked. I'm like, why me? No. Not a good choice, guys. I'm happy to do the role, but you know, it goes both ways. I'm fair in love and war. It goes both ways. There are roles I booked that I shouldn't have booked, and there's are roles that I didn't get that I should have gotten. Supernatural is one of them. What are you gonna do about that, Jared? And what's the other man's name? I don't know. Jared and your other your friend, the other Supernatural guy, Jared Padalecki. I know that one. Don't know the other one. Don't hate me, guys. But I'm gonna go with the Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga for me. That's the winner. I'm gonna think about that. Thank you very much. I'm falling asleep tonight. Like a chicken.
Jensen Ackles.
Oh, Jensen Ackles is the other actor. Because I have a Google behind camera named Olivia. Yeah, when you audition for these shows, you don't really know that much about them aside from like what your character's involved with. So forgive me, I do not know the real actor's name sometimes, but I knew Jared's. But yeah, I would say the Baba Yaga for me. That's the heavy duty winner. That's, I should end on like the best. See you next time.